Just when you thought it couldn't get any weirder on this channel. Yep, McDonald's hamburger, regular fries, chicken nuggets.
Hello, chicken nuggets.
And some sauce. So folks, this is gonna get a bit weird.
Magnum.
I'm telling you that for free. So I decided that it would be a good idea, and I've always kind of wondered about this situation, whether or not I could actually capture some food in resin and then also try to make something from it, but also in the meantime make sure it doesn't go all mouldy. So here's your regular fries from McDonald's. We've got ourselves a little hamburger here, so let's open this little bad boy up. Ooh, little hamburger. This is just the standard hamburger. Nothing on it, no relish. I went for no relish or anything. Some chicken nuggets and some sauce. I went for sweet and sour. So the idea is to get this burger and these fries in resin and make something from it if we can. Yes, it's a little experiment, but I reckon it's gonna be pretty cool. Now, surprisingly enough, folks, I've actually had quite a lot of requests to do this, which is very odd. And I do like to try and accommodate where I can. So, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put a little bit of resin on this. I'm not going to do too much today, although to you it's going to be
Just like that.
so I'm going to place a bit of resin, paint it all with some resin, just to seal it up. If we can, I don't really want this to go mouldy, so although it might go mouldy, but if I seal it with the resin before I pour the resin in, it might be okay. So let's give that a bash.
Now folks, don't try this at home.
Now the chips are going to be the hardest to coat, and we want to try and keep these in a very similar pile to what we're going to end up with, so we'll have to mess about with it in a second. Now I've got this McDonald's on some wax paper so that it doesn't stick, because obviously this is a little bit of a messy kind of job initially, so it won't stick to the wax paper. So we can just peel it off and then put it into our project. So it's looking good, Billy Ray. Right, so I think that's kind of all the resin we're going to need for now. So let's just get this into a bit of a, don't want to pile this up too high because we won't be able to cut into the fries on the lathe, because that will be a bit disastrous for the project. And we want this one to succeed in some shape or form. Let's just squash it down a bit. There we go, American. Right. There we have it, folks. Then we might, I don't know, if we add some sauce in it as well. I don't know, I think sauce is gonna mess it up a bit, so probably won't Okay, so the plan is now to leave this for another couple of days, and then we'll put our burger bun, we'll put our burger back in its bun, and we'll lay this out somehow into a mould. And we'll need to get like some resin on the base first, and then lay this down, and then put some more resin on top. If it works, we'll see.
"2,000 years later."
Right, folks, we are back on the McDonald's project. I'm just gonna come in the workshop to see what's happened. Right, there we go, folks, all looking quite good. The chips, or fries, as some of you might call them, have gone a little bit brown, but they're all right, they're all right. Our little bun is all right, it's pretty solid now. And our burger, if we can get it off of here, should do, because it should just peel. There we go, comes off. A little bit of a paper on there, but you won't see that. Right, let's get this. What I need to do now, I've got this pot, and I want to try and make this in here. So the idea is going to put a plate of McDonald's in here, and then we're going to turn it on the lathe and see if we can make it into a plate of McDonald's. Basically. But you asked for it. Now, folks, I'm pleased to tell you that this video is brought to you by Manscaped.com. If you're not up to date with the latest men's grooming trends, including the importance of body hair maintenance, then you're really missing the boat. Luckily, Manscaped offers everything you need for head to toe grooming as part of their performance package bundle. So look at the package you get in this box. Absolutely awesome. This, absolutely insane this thing is. Loving the little light it comes with. This is probably my favourite part of the package, the Lawnmower 4.0. The battery lasts forever in this thing, and it's fully waterproof, just in case you want to have a shave underwater. And the crop preserver is just jubbly. Not forgetting your very own Y briefs. And look at these, folks. The Boxers 2.0. The Manscaped Gold Chafing Chafers. So now there's lots of different chafing chafers that you can choose from. Take your pick. I just love these ones. These Boxers are so comfortable and supportive. They feel like a second skin. The waistband hugs you without digging in and offers tagless, no-roll construction. New front fly opening is also an added bonus, making your bathroom breaks quick and efficient. On top of feeling great, upgrading my wardrobe to these Manscaped boxer briefs is helping me feel confident and ready for anything should the opportunity present itself. Because you know what they say. When you see the Manscaped brand, you know you've got yourself a Manscaped man. Now, folks, this package is absolutely amazing. And all you gotta do is head on over to manscaped.com today and you'll get 20% off plus free international shipping when you use my code Zammeti at checkout. Yes, folks, that's 20% off plus free shipping with my promo code Zammeti at manscaped.com. Cheers, Manscaped. Okay, folks, we are back with this McDonald's burger fries project. Look at that, look how clear that resin is in there. So there's our base. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna place the nuggets and burger and fries in here. Solid. Look at that. Hey, I don't want to eat that now. So we'll put these in their position so that we can lay a little bit of resin kind of on top to seal it, and then that's what we're going to do now, is just going to seal the chips and burger. So let's do this. Now I'm thinking maybe we should add a little bit of tomato ketchup. But I'm not too sure how to make that, but I don't know, maybe with a bit of paint and resin. Let's try and knock some ketchup up. Okay, so I've got myself some acrylic paint. This is crimson red. It's a bit more of a ketchup-y look. So, now this could ruin it, I don't know, I hope not, but I want to just squirt a little bit of ketchup potentially on the chips, so it kind of looks like ketchup. And hopefully we can seal it up with some resin. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm just gonna go at it with a little bit of a swirl. Wish me luck, otherwise I'll be cleaning all this paint off of the chips and it's not gonna look good. Oh dear. Now I'm also thinking about not using the bottom bun because it's quite high up, you see. Maybe I'll give this a bit of a sanding. Yep, I actually sanded a McDonald's bun. Well, that actually did help, actually. It's made it a lot thinner, so that's helpful to what we need to do. So put this in the bottom now. There we go, it's made it a lot lower, so that's better. Right, what do we reckon? So we're ready to put a bit of resin on this now. So what we're gonna do is seal this up with a bit of resin, leave that overnight, and then once that's set and sealed everything down to the bottom, we'll then cover the whole thing with resin and that should be ready. Now I'm just thinking about the ketchup that I put on it. I'm wondering whether or not that when I put the resin on, it's gonna really make an absolute mess of the whole thing, and it's gonna leak all the red into the resin and you're not gonna be able to see anything. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try and take that off. I'm gonna try and wash it off and see if that works. It might not work, but we'll give it a bash. Okay, I'm now washing nuggets in the sink. Now for the chips. What? Have you never now brushed your chips and nuggets before? Right folks, so I've just taken off all of our sauce because I don't know, I just wasn't confident that actually that was going to really work out well for me. So although it's a bit of a shame, I think it would look quite cool with sauce on it, but I just don't think that's going to be very great really. I could have left that to dry, I suppose, and then maybe poured it on, but again, there's still a little bit of potential it might have come out, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't, but either way, I'm just going to take the safer route on this one because I want to make sure this project looks cool, as cool as possible, although it is very, very odd, I know. So yes, looking forward to the comments on this one.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
Right folks, we are ready now. This is I left this for about a day to dry. It is so hot here at the moment in the UK. This, look at this, what's happened to this. That was just one night of the resin in a cup. That's how hot it is. It's only fast hardener. It should have set perfectly well, no issues, but because it's so hot, it's literally melted everything. So you've got to be really careful with this, but all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of resin just to seal them all up together so it's all compact, and that's basically our burgers and nuggets and chips. I'm not going to put any sauce on it because I just don't want to ruin it and ruin the effect, so that's all we're going to do. There's a few loose ones, but that'll be sealed in just a second. Right, let's get pouring. There we go. Oh, it's looking yummy. I want to tuck in. Right, we'll leave that for 24 hours. We'll come back and then we'll fill this to the top. Almost to the top. We just need a little smidgen more. Don't you worry, I'll get that knocked up in a jiffy. Now look at this. Look how clear that is already. I mean, that is the advantage of using entropy resin slow. And I managed to kind of maintain the temperature. It's very warm here, but what I ended up doing is I put in some ice packs around the pressure tank just to keep it kind of cool in there. And that just looks awesome. So cool. You just want to get in and eat it. Right, I'm going to pop this out and smash this on the lathe. Easy peasy. Right, so this is what we've done so far, folks. So I've just carved out this mortise so I can just flip it over and stick it in the chuck. I'm not too sure whether to keep the shape of this. I kind of like that actually, and it's so shiny already. It's just really clear. I'm loving it. So I might just leave this and then just maybe shape the top bit, you know, in the inside, because that does look pretty cool. So I'm going to get my emblem in here and I'll fill this back in with resin so you won't see that, but just so that we can flip it over and work on the other side really. I just love my easy chuck. We've got a few of these in the Make Essential shop. Check them out. Okay, we've flipped this over. It looks so cool. I know a lot of you are thinking, Nick, what are you doing? But folks, I just got so many requests to do this and I thought it was kind of a funny, funky idea. It does look pretty cool. Let's get this front face of it finished off and make it into some kind of plate with burgers, fries and nuggets on it. Oh yes. Yes, I know it's stupid, but you asked for it. So it actually turned out pretty cool, to be fair. Look at that. McDonald's burger and fries and nuggets sealed in resin. Let's hope Ronald McDonald sees this and sends me a lifetime supply of McDonald's burgers. I mean, why wouldn't he? So folks, that was a very interesting experiment and I do hope that you enjoyed it. I'll be putting some pictures up on the Maker Central app. Please check that out. They'll obviously also go on Instagram as well, but if you're not following me on the Maker Central app, I'll leave a link below. Please check it out. It's going to be a really great place for all makers and creators of all kinds to kind of showcase their things, and also something really exciting coming soon. Going to be adding a how-to to the app so that you can show and help others make stuff. Happy days. Look out for some updates coming on the app as well. There is an update out this week. Please check the App Store for that. Well, folks, thanks for joining me on this weird and wonderful project today. Thanks for sticking around. I do have some more serious projects in the pipeline. They're just taking a little bit longer to kind of put together, obviously. So this was kind of like a bonus project. Stick around, why not? And if you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Breathe, Nick. Thanks for everyone's support. It means the world to me in this channel. And if it weren't for you folks, I wouldn't be here today. Actually, I think I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for my mum and dad. Please don't forget to check out my Y briefs with Manscaped. It's a cracking offer and you're gonna love wearing these pants. Take care folks, I'll see you for the next one.